I'm a burning soul that can't ignite the flame. You're the criminal that stole my heart away.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. Onto the actual video. So go ahead and pause and read this really quick. Alright, unpause. Welcome back to another commentary, guys. This is strictly about shoulders, building shoulder mass. I'm gonna say a bunch of things real quick. Build big, juicy shoulders. Build delt juice. Juicy delt shoulder activation. Awesome juicy delts. Build bigger shoulders. Build bigger delts. Awesome big delt. Awesomeness. Sick delts, bro. Sick angle, bro. Big. Build bigger delts. I'm gonna use those as keywords. Those are gonna be my title. Big, juicy delt juice. Delts of the gods. Big delts. Bigger, get bigger delts. Okay, I'm done. What you want to do OHP, overhead press, standing overhead press. Literally, the year that I started incorporating the standing overhead press into my movements is the year that my delts just like boom, like my delts just jumped up. They got like way bigger, way more girthier. First 3 or 4 years of my bodybuilding career, if you will, I did a lot of side lateral raises. I did a lot of like sitting dumbbell presses and all that sort of stuff, military presses, and my delts, they did build up. They got a little bit more rounded, but they just didn't get that girthy. Once I started doing these right here, the standing overhead press, my shoulders got super girthy. Like they got like a lot thicker, a lot juicier. These are difficult. When I started doing them, I could only do them for like maybe it was like 95 pounds for 10 reps about 2 years ago, and now I'm doing about 175 pounds for 10 reps. So this is a very difficult movement, but this basically what you can call this is like standing bench press. It's the only pressing movement that I know of that's, a hypertrophy type of movement that incorporates more muscles than the bench press. You're using a little bit more core stabilization, you're using your legs, whereas, you're not standing on bench press, so you're not really using any leg drive. You are, but you're not standing, so you're not using as much as this. So this exercise right here is not only the best movement, in my opinion, to build bigger, juicier, thicker delts, just bigger delts, it's the best movement for pressing and overall muscle building. There's not one pressing movement that builds more overall muscle than this compound movement here. Some would argue that this is more important than the bench. I don't think so. I think that they're of almost equal importance. Maybe bench is 51%. This is 49%. That's how close they are. If you're talking about the importance, bench is just slightly more important. But if you want big delts, do freaking OHP, guys. The first year where I was really trying to build my delts, let me give you guys a pro tip really quick. I did this movement twice a week. On my power day, on my heavy day, I went ahead and did this movement for low reps. So I did it for anywhere between 2 to 5 to 6 reps for 3 to 6 sets. And I was really building my strength. I did this movement again. Look at the back pop. I did this movement again on Friday with my upper body hypertrophy, or Saturday with upper body hypertrophy day number 2. So I did OHP twice a week. The second day I actually went ahead and went a little lighter, down to like the 10 to 12 rep range. Did 2 to 4 sets of that, and I did that every single week for a little over a year. And having that approach where you're building the strength on the movement and you're in the hypertrophy rep range later in the week with your hypertrophy style training, that's how I like to train. That really allowed me to build a lot of deltoid thickness over the years. Okay, pause real quick. Side lateral raises, if you want to read this form. Alright, I pause. Side lateral raises, in my opinion, are what I attribute to having more shoulder roundness, more delt roundness. Yes, OHP gives you that girth, it gives you that thickness, gives you that juiciness, but if you want rounded shoulders from the sides and even from the front, that kind of round look to them, you want to be doing them side raises. That is what's going to build that like round shapeliness to your shoulders and give you that bodybuilder rounded delt pop, that baseball shoulder cap. You want that shoulder cap? Do the freaking side delt raises. It's very simple. Just pause, read the form stuff that I put there, and raise those babies straight out to your side. What I like to do with this movement, even on power days, I basically put in this movement as an accessory movement, and I just do a lot of reps and a lot of sets. Like I will do sets of anywhere between 12 to 20 reps, and I'll just do sets on sets on sets on sets and make sure that every rep feels really, really good. There is no point in the video where you'll see me just throwing the weights out to my side, because number one, that could cause injury. Number two, you're not really activating that much muscle if you're just kind of like using momentum to throw them up to your side. You can see as I'm getting tired that I'm putting my body into it a little bit more, but I'm not just throwing them out to the side. Like you see some people with like 70-pound dumbbells and they're just throwing them out to the side, and that's cool, whatever. I like to really feel every single rep when I'm doing that type of movement. And yeah, I attribute a lot of my shoulder growth, a lot of the roundness in my shoulders to these side delt raises. They really do help out a lot. After I do them double arm, what I'll do after I'm starting to get burnt out a lot of the time is I'll go ahead and go to single arm and do 2 to 3 sets of side delt raises with just one arm apiece, and really focus on isolating that one arm. And that's what you're actually going to see here. See the freaking pump that I got from the side delt raises. You can really tell that my pump shows the roundness. My shoulders do not get this round look in them unless I'm doing side delts. This is what gives my shoulders that round pump, that you see here. So here are the side delt single arm rows. These, in my opinion, are the single best isolation movements to build the side delt action. The side delt, the juicy side delts, the juicy rounded delts, single arm. So best movement to build the side delt is side lateral row, and then the best isolation movement based off of that movement is the single arm side lateral row. I promise you, you do overhead press, you do a lot of volume on the side lateral row. I also do these about twice a week too. I just do a lot of volume. I don't have like a power day and a high volume day. I just literally just do them high volume twice a week because I want my delts to get more rounded and more rounded and more rounded. I want those guys to grow. All right, pause right now. Pause. Machine flies. Pause. This, in my opinion, is the last but not least most important thing to do to get your delts rounded out, to get bigger delts. Your rear delts. Most of the people that I know that aren't bodybuilders, they have underdeveloped rear delts. And that makes a huge difference in your delt growth. Even mine are not that big. My rear delt genetics, I just don't have them. My dad never really had really big delts. His triceps always overpowered his rear delts. His traps, his back, always overpowered his rear delts. So it's a weak point of mine genetically, something that I've always had to work on. As you can see here, they're not as developed as my side delts and my front delts, or even my trapezius, or even my back, in my opinion. But they're getting bigger and I'm working on them. I need to work more on them. If you absolutely want the full package on your shoulders, you want fully rounded delts, you want to make sure that you're doing a rear delt row. And in my opinion, rear delt machine rows are the best way to go because you don't have to worry about gravity pulling you down. You can really isolate the rear delt, focus on the movement, as opposed to like trying to make sure the dumbbells are in the right plane of motion and all that sort of jazz. You can just get on this guy, put these things all the way at the end. This is usually a fly machine, but it also works as a reverse fly machine. Throw those bad boys all the way in their reverse position and just pull your arms straight back. Make sure to never lock your arms out because that could actually hurt your shoulders, and get these guys going. Yeah, you got some rear delt action in there, some side delt action in there, and with overhead press, you're working your front delts and all of your delts and all of your body, making them gains. You do these three movements, you do lots of volume on these three movements, you do them several times a week, you are going to make some serious gains. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if this was informative at all, please give this video a thumbs up. That helps me a lot, and that tells me if these are the type of videos that you'd like to see more often. Comment if you have any questions or concerns. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And last but not least, guys, you can take into account all the information in the world. You can like look at all these videos, watch all my videos of tutorial stuff, other people's videos, read books, whatever. But if you don't get off your ass and actually go in the gym and do these movements and hit these movements and put these movements in your routine indefinitely every single week for a year, you're not gonna see the big juicy delts. You're just gonna keep commenting on Instagram pictures saying goals. Actually go to the gym and do these movements. Otherwise, they're just always going to be goals that you're not actually working towards achieving. With that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. All love. I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.
Whoa, come back.